Look at the bottom of page 293 where it says additional suspension techniques. Let's go to the next page where you can see a score where it's giving you even more suspension possibilities. Now you'll see in bar 1, there's some cool elaboration and decoration of the melody. So in slow time, here's preparation of the C suspension, resolution. Now notice that the resolution is not that first little B that belongs to BA, it's that one. So we kind of ignore those quick little notes in the middle and just say that the suspension happens on beat 2 and the resolution is on the end of beat 2. Okay? 7, 6, like that. Because the little B, that's a 30-second note, is too fast in real time to even comprehend it. Okay, so preparation, suspension, resolution. 1, 2. Here's a double suspension between the tenor 4 to 3 and the soprano 9 to 8. Okay, so let's do the first 2 bars again. 7, 6. There's a double suspension, preparation. 9 and 4, going to 8 and 3. 9, 10. And now another double one in soprano and alto. Here's against the G, 4 and 6 in the alto and soprano. There's also a F in the tenor in there. That's your preparation, suspension, resolution. Now look at the tenor and the bass, last 2 bars, okay? So you have F, which is not actually a consonant preparation there. That's a 7th up from the bass note. Little rule break in there, but in the last bar you have between the bass and the tenor 4, 3. So beat 2, those are just embellishments, and the resolution is on beat 3. Let's sing the whole thing faster. 1, 2, and 3. Now we have a restruck suspension in bar 2. It's like a suspension figure, but you just omit the tie. So let's look at it. We have 1, 2. Okay, coming up right here, the top soprano note goes D, and then it's restruck again. So that is a restruck suspension. Those are just as common as normal tied over the bar suspensions. What we've got here is embellished suspensions, double suspensions, that means suspensions in 2 voices, more embellished suspensions. Now let's look at the thing at the end called the retardation. This is an upward resolving suspension. Look at number 5, upward resolving suspension in measure 6. These are common in classical music, especially in the works of Mozart. Now, this is a special number. Look at the last bar in soprano and bass, 7, 8. It's an upward resolving dissonant suspension that we haven't had before. Okay, so it's part of the retardation. T has to go to do, that's why it works. T, do. All right, now, number 6, the suspension chain. We did go over these a couple weeks ago, but let's do it again. The most common way that it happens is when you have a series of 6 3 chords moving in parallel motion. Okay, that's when they are hooked together, but let's turn the page over and look at letter C instead of letter B. Look at letter C. So this is where I'm just going to break and stagger. So remember when they were just solid like that going down? So okay, so the first one is, these are happening between the bass and the alto, it looks like. for the 5/6. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, like that. All right, so Haydn uses that basic harmony and placement of the structural pitches in letter B. So look above. Now, this book has what looks like grace notes, small note notation with a little slash through the tail. That is incorrect. They perhaps didn't have the symbol for a small note without the slash through the tail in their software. But really, the little notes are not supposed to have the slash in there. The small note notation is, again, that old tradition that just shows dissonances against either the bass or another note that's holding the harmony. So the way that you realize, we call it those little notes, is by the rhythms that I've put in blue. So instead of going 1 and a 2, it's not going to go like that. It's going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1, 2, 3, rest. So that's how it really is supposed to be played. Okay, see, everybody sing the bass line? 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so sing the bass part or the top part. I don't really care, but pick a part. 1, 2, 3, 1. Quickly go back to letter A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now look at letter C. 1, 2, 3, with the added suspensions. Now look at letter B with ornamented melodic line. So I hope you see the relationship of how you can progressively decorate and beautify a simple chord progression.